I'm Sara Dillingham and the owner at our West Frisco location down outside of Dallas, north of Dallas.
Perfect. And before you began working with our team at Pancham, what was going on in your business? What were you struggling with? Or you were just generally like frustrated by?
Uh, Lead generation has always been a frustration since we took over the studio about 4 years ago.
Mhm.
And we had been through multiple companies. But system wide, I feel like owners were struggling to find the right ad company that could understand our somewhat unique demographic.
Mhm.
And we just had not found the right company for that. So we had been looking, and when you pivot every 3 to 6 months, you start over. So that was a big frustration for us. And we knew we were starting to get a lot of things going right inside our studio. We just needed the right way to bring that out into our advertising.
Mhm. So when you originally met with our team, what made you feel like we might be the right fit? What was different about us compared to other things you've seen or tried?
To be very honest, the money back
Mhm.
guarantee was not money back. The guarantee of
Mhm.
15 new members a month made it feel less of a risk to us.
Mhm.
We had put money into a lot of different programs before with big promises that hadn't worked out. But I felt like at least if you were willing to put that behind it, there had to be something to it. We
Yeah.
had another location in Row House that had begun using you about 6 weeks before we did, and I was watching their numbers in our system, and they were having great lead flow.
Mhm.
But when I met with you guys, I think the thing that interested me the most was that you were going to do some market research and kind of actually pay attention to our unique studio, not
Mhm.
just kind of throw your general franchise marketing at us. So the the personalization of looking at just our studio appealed a lot to us because I know that we were doing things within our studio that were different than the rest in the franchise that I wanted to be able to highlight.
Oh, for sure. Were you nervous at all? Was it something you had to get comfortable with before saying yes? Or was it like, yeah, okay, let's try this. This will be a good move for us?
I was nervous at first.
Yeah.
We were kind of at a spot where we said we have to do something or
Yeah.
we have to close. So while the investment at the beginning was a leap of faith, it
Hmm.
was also kind of at a point where we had to do it. But then after speaking to you guys and hearing the plan, meeting with our account advisor, we just felt good that there
Hmm.
was some actual substance behind the promises and that it could work. So
Yeah.
it was nerve wracking at first, but it
Yeah.
got more solid once we saw the whole process going.
That's awesome. And then when we started working together, it was in October, I believe, or July,
Yes,
August,
I
something.
think we started talking in August, and then by the
Yeah.
time we got all of the everything going within the systems, late September we started, so October was our first full month.
Perfect. And then since we started working together, what's actually changed? So anything specific that you've noticed? Kind of tell me the ebbs and flows because we know that marketing is not linear. So what have you experienced with Pancham so far, whether the numbers, momentum, and how things kind of feel day to day?
Sure, sure. We actually kicked off with a great first month. I think the first 2 to 3 weeks were slow because obviously things are just ramping up. And
Mhm.
then October was our best month ever. We brought in, I think, 18 new members that month. So we were riding high.
Mhm.
What changed when we started with you was your recommendation to do 3 weeks,
Mhm.
to do 21 days for $21. Up
Mhm.
until that point, we had done the first class free. That's just what our franchise always did.
Mhm.
Um, and that made a huge difference. And we committed on our studio side to a really robust follow-up program during that 3 weeks. And we just found selling that way to be so much easier for our brand, for our modality. So the shift to that trial period rather than a free class was great. We started going strong with the 18 new members, and then we had November and December, which are traditionally really tough in the fitness industry. So, as expected, they slowed down, but they slowed down a lot.
Mhm.
Um, and those were part of our guarantee months with you guys. So, we earned, I guess the next month was included. So, we had January. And during that time, we met with you and several people at Pancham and really kind of looked at our business in depth, and I felt really good about the way you took an interest in our customer and what we needed to do that might be different than some of the other fitness studios. We have never had an ad agency that paid that much attention to our brand specifically and who our customer is and maybe how we need to shift in our approach. So once we had that meeting,
Mhm.
January was a little slow, but we started to get it going. And then since we honed in on everything, I think we switched at that point to a 2-week trial because
Mhm.
we felt like we had exhausted the 21-day offer, and it has continued to grow. I sat back and looked at a 6-month trend, and we had a number of things that we changed within the studio as well, but the key has to be the marketing. From
Mhm.
September until now, it's just been an upward growth. Even with a few smaller months, they were nothing like what we had experienced in past years. And then, boy, beginning in March, we were starting to grow. April turned out to be our best month ever in 4 years of ownership with 21 new members. Revenue is higher, and it has easily covered the cost of the additional marketing spend. So when you look at it long term, it's definitely a worthwhile investment.
I love that. No, it's you're definitely a testament to the process of marketing where there's ebbs and flows, time of year,
Yeah.
seasonality, learning your member and your market. So, is there anything else that surprised you kind of working with us or something you didn't expect, like how we operate, results, or how the process feels, or kind of just you just kind of rolled with it?
Well, we rolled with it at first. I
Yeah.
think it's helped. I don't think we've been with an agency for, I think, well, what are we on, 8 months?
Yeah.
We've never made it past 3 or 4.
Mhm.
And so getting to know you, getting to know the team there, and just knowing I've never had an agency that would go and look at my socials and find stuff that they felt would resonate with the audience and then use it. Um,
Mhm.
to have an ad partner that will just go create a voiceover because we need
Mhm.
it and I haven't gotten it to you yet. That's fantastic. And
Yeah.
um, oftentimes they'll tell me what they need in content, but there's never been a layout. Whereas you guys send me a script or you send me exactly what to film. And when you're busy and you're running the day-to-day operations of the studio, you don't have time. I'm not a marketing expert, so I don't know what to do. But when you tell me exactly what to do, I can generally get that to you. So that kind of partnership we have not found in any advertiser. And in 4 years, I think we've tried 12 to 14 different
Wow.
types of ads. And once we added in the Google component with you guys, I feel like
Mhm.
everything was clicking then. So we've hit it on Meta, we've hit it on Google. Um, it's it's been a great partnership, and just the support from you guys and the ever pivoting ads and just kind of
Yeah.
watching for it has been a great help for us.
I love that. Thank you. That's great to hear. And then like if you had anyone else that someone else in the fitness space was on the fence about working with our team at Pancham, what would you kind of tell them just to kind of wrap it up?
I would say uh, take the leap. It's an investment at first, but if you do the long-term math, the investment will pay off in the end. Um, that there are ebbs and flows to the process. Although I've changed around every 3 to 4 months, typically in the past, you can tell by the second or third month whether it's worth hanging in there and trying. And
Mhm.
there are definitely, I anticipate slow months ahead, but
Mhm.
I know that you guys are going to respond. So I would say just invest in the partnership on your end as well. I know you guys will invest back if that owner invests back in you, and kind of a mutual commitment to get through the highs and the lows and keep working through it.
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, Sarah, this was so good. Like, thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me and for Pancham. We loved
Yeah,
working with Row House Frisco and we're so appreciative of our partnership together. So we're just excited to keep this going and keep working together.
we're excited too to see where it's going from here. We're aiming for 200 members by August. That'll be like,
Perfect.
yeah,
We're going to
yeah.
help you get there.
I know you will. I know you will.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Good. Yeah, you're welcome.